Hey guys, Scattercat from Gaming for Shotguns here, also known as XGG2 on my Steam, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a controllable bowling ball in Contraption Maker with mod. So I'm just going to guess that you already know what Contraption Maker is, because if you found this video, you most likely searched it, because honestly, Contraption Maker is a very small game, and so is my channel. Well, my channel's not a game, but my channel is very small. So, anyways, let's just get right into it. So, before we start, I'm just gonna assume that you know the basic Java principles and rules. So, I'm just gonna go through this. So, to make the ball interactive, you wanna just hit this little thing down here, and let's just name it ball. Now you can use it in your code. Now, for some reason, I just want to say this: if when I do this and I press OK, if I don't move the ball around a little bit, it won't be there the next time I play. So that's just a problem that I'm having. A lot of people probably don't have that problem. So now let's just give the ball. I'm gonna make it be able to jump. I'm gonna make it jump. So before we do, actually no, that's for other things. We're going to have to write function on key down key code and then brackets. Now the reason why you want to do this is because this function will be ran when a key is pressed, and so let's run an if statement, which will be if key code, so if the key I press equals the key up arrow, so like the up arrow key, then this will run. So key code is basically whatever you click, or you type, and when I type something, it scans if it is the up arrow key. If it is the up arrow key, then it will run whatever's in the if statement. So now let's add something to the if statement. So since we named our ball, we're going to write ball dot add force, and we're going to put cm dot direction, and we're going to make it go up. And so now we're going to add how much force it's going to give. Let's just put around 100,000, because 100,000 is like a normal, because bowling balls are very hard to move with force, and force is a very small, one force is a very small amount. So now if I did that correctly and we run this and I press up, it goes up. See that? Like I said, 100,000 is that much, not much. And I can just keep pressing it and it'll just go off the screen. But I can't go left and right, so that's a little bit of a problem. So for left and right, I'm going to be doing a constant motion. So we're going to do variable. We're going to have to make variables is going, moving right equals false. You want these to both be false, because when they're true, that basically means you have the left or right arrow key down. Moving left equals false. So now let's add some more key commands. If key code equals cm dot key, dang it, what's wrong with me? The right arrow key, so right arrow, this is for moving right. We're going to put moving right equals true. Now the actual movement will be placed in the on update section. We're also going to need another function. This function is for this is for when the key is up, like you release the key. So you do function on key up, key code. So now, this will be ran when the key is released. So if I have my finger on the key, this part will be ran. When I release it, this part will be ran. And that's for the constant acceleration. You could do it a different way that I actually did on my other two mod, and it's a little bit more simpler, but it's less efficient and it's kind of hard to control. So we're just going to do it this way. So we're going to put in if key code equals cm dot key right arrow. Now, so this is like, once the right arrow key is released, this will run. So we'll do moving right, and then it should be false, not with capital F. So when I'm holding it down, it will be true, but when I release it, it will be false. So let's put that in the update area. So we're going to test for whether it is, remember, update runs every frame. So you want this to have a test every frame that if it's true or false. So we're going to do if moving right. So this basically means that if it is moving right, if this is true, this will run. So let's do ball.add force cm direction right. And we're going to put, let's see, well, since this is a constant motion, we have to do something very small. So now we should be able to move right, up, right. I'm holding it down, but when I let go, it stops accelerating, but it doesn't decelerate. It just stops accelerating. So up, and I'm holding it down, let it go, and it stops. Now, let's just increase that a little bit. It's a little slow. So now we go a little faster, but I can't go left, and I will just fall off. So that's not good. Let's make sure I can go left. Basically just do the exact same thing, but with the left arrow key. So I'm just gonna fast forward this part. So now that I've got that done, let's make the exact same thing for this. If moving left is true, ball dot add force cm dot direction right, and we're going to do 1,000. Not 100, 1,000. Okay, so now if we try this again, I should be able to move left. Okay, I can't. What did I do wrong? Okay, left arrow moving right. Okay, that was a really bad mistake. I accidentally made it move right when you do that, so that was a really bad mistake. So now I can move left, move right, up. So these controls are a little better, I guess you could say. And I fell. Let's increase it a little bit. I don't like the speed. I want it to be faster. So now it'll be 5,000. 5,000. Now let's try it. This is what's great about it. You can just edit it and do whatever you want. This is so fun. You could make a really cool like parkour out of this. You know what? That might be what I do next. So if you've noticed, I can infinitely jump. Let's say you don't want that to happen. Let me just check the video time because it's probably getting really long. 10 minutes. We're okay. So let's just say that you don't want to jump. You want to jump only once. So if you want to do that, you want to type in variable this is for your jumping, is jumping equals false. So this variable controls whether you're jumping or not. So let's add in for the key down, where's the jumping? Here it is. So what this will do is jumping equals true. So now when I'm jumping, it will put it as true, and but this won't do anything right now. I'll need to add an if statement, another if statement, if I want it to actually do something. So let's just move everything by pressing tab to the right. Now let's do this. If is jumping. So if you are jumping, then this will be ran. But if I am jumping, I don't want anything to happen because, like I said, you should only jump once. So now we're going to actually have to put in an else statement. Else. And then we have to close this off with an extra bracket because we have two if statements. So what happens here is if this is true, you're jumping, it won't run. It'll just run nothing. If it's not, it'll choose else and then set it to true. Now the problem with that is that you can do everything fine, you can jump, but you can only jump once. That's because there's no collision handler to reset your jump. To do that, we're going to need to put at the bottom ball.on collision, and then we're going to do equals function other type. So that should work. Just color code that. So now when it collides with something, this will run when ball collides with something. So what we're going to do for this is we're going to write if other type get type equals well, no, actually, no, you don't have to do that. What am I saying? That's for if you want to do, like, certain blocks. So, every time it collides, we're going to set is jumping to false. Because basically, what will happen is, you can move around when you jump, and you collide with the ground again, it resets. So, when you're in the air, you can't jump again. But when you collide with the ground, it resets your jump. Now another thing you can actually do with the jumping is that if you press up, then the little bounce you have, you can actually time it just right and get really high up. It's a little hard, but especially with the bowling ball. But yeah, now you can just move around, jump around, and then let's just increase that jump a little bit. It's a little low. Where is it? Here we are. Let's just give it a nice boost. And now it should be good. Yeah, that looks like a good jump. Now, but when you hold down the arrow, you accelerate, so you go faster and faster. Let's make a little runway for this thing, see how fast we can get it. Put that there. Put that here. And extend that out there. So now, we're going fast. Jump! Oh, we just went off the screen. But yeah, so that's how you make a controllable item. You can do that with pretty much any item as long as you mark it correctly. So I could do this with a pumpkin. All they have to do is delete the ball, take the pumpkin, and we're going to just name it ball, so we don't have to change all the variables. So now we can control the pumpkin, but like pumpkins are. Oh, and that's another thing. The jump and acceleration will be a lot more noticeable because pumpkins are much lighter than bowling balls in this game. But in real life, they're pretty much the same. So now, we could also do this with a bomb. This also adds in a really interesting thing you could do. If you had lasers, then you could be like, you have to have the bomb move in a certain direction so it doesn't get sparked. So bombs are about as heavy as a bowling ball. But yeah, that's how you make any kind of controllable item. And thank you for watching. I hope you learned something from it. Please subscribe and check out some of my modded puzzles and contraptions I've made, because they're really cool. And I will see you guys in the next tutorial.